Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee, and welcome to a video that I'm viewing for the third time. Now this is a tag that Emily Noel started about two and a half years ago, and it is what I would buy if I had $1,000 to spend at Sephora. Now realistically, if I had $1,000 in a gift card to spend at Sephora, I would want to share the love a little bit. I would probably buy a couple things for giveaway. I would probably ask my mom and my sister if they wanted anything, and then I would hopefully not spend it all at once, but to be real, I might. This though, I'm $1,000 I'm spending just on myself, on a whim, sort of supermarket sweep style. Just go in, spend $1,000, walk on out. So like I said, I have done this twice before. I did it last year and then the year before. I think that I would like to do a video where I compare what I would have picked in those three different hypothetical shopping trips. I think that would be a lot to cover in today's video. I don't want this to be like 50 minutes long, but if you would like to see that, definitely let me know and I can do a comparison. The first thing that I would do if I were to go into Sephora with $1,000 is I would buy like the grown-up, reasonable purchases. I'd get some skincare, I'd get some hair care, and let's go over that category of things first. So let's talk hair care first. I picked out three hair care items. The first is from Briogeo, and this is their Superfoods Banana and Coconut Nourishing Shampoo and Conditioner Duo for dry hair. That's a mouthful. I have tried a few different Briogeo hair masks. I don't know that I've ever tried any of their shampoos or, normal conditioners though. But I have heard from multiple sources that this shampoo and conditioner smell delightful. They smell like banana candy, maybe banana runts. And I love myself a good artificial banana scent. I don't know that this would necessarily be the best for my hair. My hair does tend to be a little bit dry, but it can also get really, really oily at the roots. I have pretty fine hair. This might be overly moisturizing. It might weigh down my hair, but my hair would smell really good. And hey, if it's not real money, sure, I'll spend $49 to have weighed down hair that smells great. And then from the same line, I decided that I was going to grab the Banana and Coconut Hydrating Soft Wave Texture Spray. They really need to calm down with these names. I do like a good wave spray. I usually use a salt spray from Not Your Mother's, which is, of course, a lot more economically viable for me than the Briogeo one, but I'm interested to see what a hydrating wave spray would be. I'm so used to using like salt sprays, which of course are a little bit drying, that I just can't even picture what that would be like. But I would be very interested to try it out. And I think that is it for hair care. Like I said, we were kind of grabbing some hair care and skincare mostly to just make myself feel better about the fact that I was then going to absolutely ball out on stuff that I absolutely did not need. So let's now transition to the skincare part. I'm not going through these in any particular order. I just have a file folder that's broken down into skincare and hair care that I'm flipping through. The first thing that falls into that skincare category that I would grab is from Incredible. I don't really know much about this brand, but there's a few different things from this brand in this haul. I think I might own like one nail polish from them, but I'm not honestly sure. Anyway, this is the Party Recharge Hydrating Hyaluronic Under Eye Masks. It's one of those canisters of masks, I think. Yes. I like under eye masks. I don't have a strong preference, I think, towards any particular brand. Hyaluronic acid tends to be an ingredient that works well for me. These, compared to other under eye patches that you could get at Sephora, were not too bad of a deal. It's about $1 a pair, which is still expensive, but oh well. Anyway, there wasn't a huge amount of thought put into this, but I would get a set of those for $20. Next up would be from Glow Recipe, their Watermelon plus AHA Glow Sleeping Mask. I really just want the pretty jar from Glow Recipe. I'm pretty sure that's what I am most drawn to about that entire brand, is just how pretty their packaging is. It's so stinking cute, and what I've had from them has smelled really good. Now, I don't know if their skincare is actually any more or less effective than any other brand, but the packaging's pretty. I like the scent, I like the idea, and there's something that just seems so nice about having a watermelon mask to sleep in. I think I would probably enjoy this, and that's why I was willing to cough up $45 of my $1,000 budget for a 2.7 ounce or 80 ml size. Oh, should I move? Let me move my camera so that I can put up the images in a little bit of a larger size. I think that's better. I decided I didn't need to be right in the center of the screen. We could, move me off to the side and show the image a little bit larger. The next item that I would have picked up would be another sleeping mask. I don't know why I was feeling really drawn towards sleeping masks rather than standard nighttime moisturizers as I was looking through this. I have really normal skin generally. Recently my skin's been more on the sensitive side, but I'm hoping that that will end soon and we will just be back to having super normal, can deal with about anything skin. This one is from Laneige, and I think I've actually had a sample of this before. I think I had maybe like a 1 ounce size ages ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, and I remember really liking it. If I didn't say what this is their water sleeping mask with squalane, and I like Laneige. I like the feeling of their products. I really tend to like these water gels, these water creams. I find them to be very cooling, to be very soothing on the skin. I just enjoy the sensations of wearing these products, and I think that gets me to use them a little bit more often, which is good because I can sometimes be that person who skips out on their nighttime skincare. Not great. So that is another $30 of my budget gone. And I think this will be my last, yes, this is my last skincare item. I thought these were really interesting. These are from the Sephora collection, and they're 1 minute face masks. These are sheet masks, but they come in like a package that you might get like baby wipes in. I thought that was an interesting concept because it would cut down quite a bit on the plastic that goes into sheet masks. I mean, you're getting 14 masks here, and you only have one outer piece of plastic. It's probably roughly equivalent to the packaging you would get for 2 or 3 individually wrapped face masks. They were on sale when I was doing my shopping. So these were $6 for 14, which you can rarely get sheet masks for a better deal than that. I do wonder a little bit about this packaging. I mean, when you get like makeup wipes in that kind of packaging, quite often the individual wipes when you get towards the end will be sort of dried out. I don't know how they would make sure that these stayed moist, stayed fresh until you got to the very end, unless the assumption is that you're using one a day, which I'm not going to. I enjoy the occasional sheet mask, like maybe once a week, once every week and a half. But even for 1 minute, I don't think that I would put up with a face mask a day. Okay, I didn't think to add this up earlier. I should have, but right now I'm sitting at 25, 74, 94, 139, 168, $174 of my $1,000 is gone. So I've spent about a sixth of what I have on things that are a little bit closer to necessities. So moving sort of one more step into absolute frivolity, we have fragrance. Now this could be very different for other people, but I have a more moderate amount of fragrance than I do makeup. I have a ridiculous amount of makeup, but like I think a pretty reasonable little fragrance collection. So I let myself choose 3 items for fragrance. The first is from Sol de Janeiro, and this is their Mini Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 68 Beija Flor. Cheirosa. Always find myself mixing that one up, but I love this Beija Flor scent. I've had one of their minis of the lotion. It's so nice. It is just a beautiful, beautiful scent. It's very sweet and very floral, but there's this almost cake-like gourmand note to it. It's really an interesting scent. I would highly recommend giving it a go if you are ever in Sephora and it's one of the point perk options, or like one of those things you can get with a code on the Sephora site. I really, really enjoyed that. Unfortunately, these Sol de Janeiro fragrance mists are stupidly expensive. This one is $20 for 3 ounces, which is insanity. But you know what? It's all going on this hypothetical $1,000 gift card. So I guess I will just hold my nose and pay for it in this scenario. Next up would be a Viktor and Rolf set. Now this is a $50 set, but it is a mini perfume trio of Flower Bomb. I really, really do like Flower Bomb. I've had a couple of like testers of it over the years, and I really like it. It is a strong floral, but it's not nearly as like knock your socks off as I had always assumed it would be with a name like Flower Bomb. It's not subtle, but it's not obnoxious either. I really enjoy this. I think that the ability to try 3 slightly different versions of Flower Bomb would be fun. The bottles on this are really cute. I love those little mini perfume bottles. They're just adorable. They're like tiny babies of actual perfumes. And I know it's silly, but I really, really like the packaging, and that absolutely does influence my decisions here. Also, do I really need like a 3-ounce bottle of any perfume? Probably not. So I decided to go with some minis, and if I did not say so earlier, this was $50. And then what I really wanted to get was the Gucci Gorgeous Gardenia mini, but when I was doing my shopping, that was out of stock. Instead, what I would have picked up is really probably not like a natural alternative to Gucci Gorgeous Gardenia, but this is from YSL, and it's their Black Opium perfume in a travel spray size. I like the last scent, like Flower Bomb, have tried Black Opium in a few different samples, really enjoyed it. It's a nice like coffee scent. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I love the scent of coffee. It's a really, really nice nighttime scent. I think I would enjoy it. Again, I was going with the travel spray instead of the full size. 1/3 of an ounce is definitely a lot of perfume. It will last you quite a while, but it's a lot less of a commitment to get a 10 ml size than what are the full sizes usually, 50 mils. So it's also a lot less expensive, which is much appreciated. And I think that would be the last fragrance purchase I would make. So my fragrance total comes out to a nice even $100. All right, my voice was trying to give out on me there, but I've got orange juice to sustain me now. I've taken a little break. I feel like I can talk again. So let's get into nail polish, which was the first category of makeup that I absolutely did not need. I think that I was being pretty reasonable for me with nail polish. So I picked up 3 sets. The first is from Nails Inc., which I believe is the same brand as Incredible. Maybe I'm off on that, but I think that's true. This is the Freshly Juiced Nail Polish Duo. There are like a really corally take on red and then an orange. These are unique colors to my collection. I don't know that I've ever tried this formula from Nails Inc. I have a Nails Inc. polish in a round bottle, like a periwinkle blue shade. I know, shocking, right? How many periwinkle blue polishes do I have? Not as many as I would have in this scenario, because the next thing that I would buy would be this Deborah Lippmann set. This is in Touch Me in the Morning. I feel like that's a reference to something, but I don't know what it is. All I can think of is that Juice Newton song, which I know is a cover from some band in the 60s. That like Angel of the Morning. Just touch my cheek before you leave me. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but anyway, this is their Touch Me in the Morning nail set. I'm talking about the polishes themselves. This is like a cool toned set of pastels. I think they're gorgeous. It has a blue, a green, a couple of purples, and I think you could make the case that there's 2 pinks or a pink and a peach. Depends on how you look at it. Beautiful. I've never tried Deborah Lippmann nail polishes. I would be very interested in trying some though. The colors look beautiful, and I remember back in ye olden days of YouTube, before the beauty community became like solely about makeup and skincare, I feel like we used to do some more nail stuff, some more even hair care stuff, and like fragrance stuff, like Bath and Body Works candles you would see people hauling. And a lot of the time it seemed like people would purchase like 1 or 2 Deborah Lippmann nail polishes during the VIB sale. Anyway, I've never tried one. These colors look gorgeous, and the set is expensive for what it is. It's $36 for 6 minis, but hypothetical money. Let's just keep that in mind. And then I also got a second set of Deborah Lippmann nail polishes, also for $36, also a 6-piece set. This is the Happier Than Ever set, and this is more of a standard pastel rainbow. I do like these slightly less saturated colors. I know that's kind of goofy coming from someone who currently has bright green nails with pink flowers on them, but you know, I like to mix it up, and pastels are one of the ways I like to mix it up. I think these would be really fun to play with. I want these for the same reason that I want the last set, so I don't have a lot to say here. So yeah, would I spend $87 on nail polish? Yes. I would. Seems about right. So about a third of my budget is now gone. So let's move on to more standard makeup. I think let's start with the face. I was like pretty reasonable with face products. It's eye products and lip products where it just went bonkers. But for the face, I decided to get a foundation, a primer, 2 blushes, and a highlight. I don't think that's too bad at all. Let's start with the primer, because that's where I would start on my face. I chose to try the Benefit Porefessional Mini Light Primer. I really like the Hydrating primer in the Porefessional range. I've actually purchased a full size of that. This is the mini. This is 7.5 ml. Now, while it is small, and certainly the tube when you get this looks quite small, the full size Benefit Porefessionals I think are only 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils. So it's a third the size of the full size. It's $13. I think that's a reasonable price to give this a really good solid try, so I could decide if it was something that I wanted to purchase in the full size in the future. And then to go on top of that, I picked the It Cosmetics CC Cream. I picked mine in their CC Plus with SPF 50. I think that's just their standard range. I've been interested in the It Cosmetics CC Cream for a long time, but I've never tried it. I would guess that this product is in all three of these videos that I've put together. Again, if you want me to do that comparison, let me know. But I think this is in at least two of the three, and some iteration of the CC Cream is probably in all of them. Anyway, this one is $42. It's a little bit over an ounce, so it's 32 mils rather than 30. And I would have gotten mine in the color Fair Light. My worry with the It Cosmetics range in general, really, is that I have heard that they are very centered on this light to light medium range, that their fair shades are not good, and their deep shades are like either not good or non-existent, depending on how deep we're talking. So, I don't know. I would want to get a sample of this before I took the plunge in real life, but I think this is a product that I would like to try eventually, and if I had $1,000, eventually would be then. For blushes, I wanted to try the new Benefit blushes. Specifically, the one that I chose was a mini in the shade Shelly. I was mostly interested in trying the ones that they had in minis because the full sizes are pretty expensive. I'm not quite sure that even in this hypothetical world that I'm ready to just go spend $30-ish on a blush. 17 is still a little bit out of my comfort zone, but closer. Also, it takes approximately 3 eternities to pan a blush, so I would be fine with the mini. It would be plenty of product for me. And this color looks really pretty. It's quite a bright pinky peach, I would say. It looks like it would be bright and fun to play with, but still flattering. It looks like it's walking that line, and I'm interested in trying out these Wonderful World blushes. They look really cool. The name is a pain though. Wonderful World. That does not feel natural on my lips at all. The other blush that I wanted to try is from Rare Beauty. Now, I've been interested in these since they released, which has been a couple of years at this point, hasn't it? It's been a good 2 years at least. This is in the shade Happy. It is their Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. And I'm just interested. I think these look cool. I've heard good reviews on them overall. They have a really interesting shade range. They have ones that go very pastel pink. They have some lilacs. I think that they go into orange. I wasn't that interested in that side of the color spectrum, so I didn't look at those as closely. But I decided on this really pretty like petal pink shade called Happy. The names on all of the Rare Beauty products are, I think, usually cute. Sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, they just feel annoying, but today I think their names are pretty cute. I was about to say that I've never tried anything from Rare Beauty. That's incorrect. I have tried their mascara, and I actually really like it. I think that if I were to purchase a high-end mascara, it would probably be that one. Maybe one of the It Cosmetics ones, but the Rare Beauty one is really good. Would strongly recommend. But we're talking about the blush now, and haven't tried the blush, but would very, very much like to. So that's $20 of my budget gone. And then the last face product that I wanted to pick up is from Benefit again. This is the Cookie Highlighter. This is a really light gold. I've heard Teresa is Dead talk about this for years at this point, and I think that she and I have a pretty similar skin tone. We both seem to be quite fair and quite pink, and if it works on her, I think it's likely to work on me as well. And I really like Tickle, which is the pink highlighter in the same formula. I have that in one of their Cheek Leaders palettes. I never bought the one that had Cookie in it though, and it looks gorgeous. I've been wanting to try it for ages. I don't know why I haven't purchased it, beyond the fact that it's $32, which that's kind of a lot. I think that they have minis available some places, but it must not have been on Sephora and available while I was doing my shopping, or else I assume I would have picked that instead. Though you know what, maybe I would like it so much that it would be worth having a full size. Maybe I would want to bathe myself in this powder and just be seen from space, but probably don't need a full size highlighter anytime soon. So I think that is it for face products. So I didn't think to add that up, but that's 13, 30, 62, 104, $124 on face products. So an eighth of my full budget. Let's move on to eye products. Now I only picked 5 eyeshadow palettes. I didn't choose any eyeliners or mascaras, eye primers. I'm happy with what I can get from the drugstore in all of those categories. I would rather save this $1,000 to spend on more fun things, and for me, that's eyeshadow palettes and lip products, especially lip products. But we're on eyeshadow now, and the first eye palette that I would be picking up, I knew right away. I want the ABH Nuvo palette. Here is what this looks like. I think that this looks like a slightly more grown-up version of the NYX Avant Pop palette in Nouveau Chic, which was my favorite eye palette for years. I loved that color scheme. It felt very easy, it felt very flattering, but there was something a little bit different about it. It was a little bit off the beaten path, but like not so far that I was just lost in the wilderness, you know? This is beautiful. I don't know that I love the price increase and the larger pans from ABH. It would have been nice to be able to get this palette at their lower price point with smaller pans, but what are you gonna do? It's pretty. I don't know that I've really heard any reviews on this. I've kind of been staying away from reviews because I'm worried that I'll be tempted if I see any, but this looks stunning. And if I did have $1,000 to burn, this would absolutely come home with me. Now on the flip side of that, this palette I wasn't all that interested in until I saw a bunch of reviews, and every review I saw was absolutely raving about the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. This is expensive. This is a $67 palette, but it's beautiful. It really does veer pretty light and pretty cool tone, which is definitely my preferred color story. I've never tried the Huda Beauty, well, I've never tried the Huda Beauty anything. I've tried a Kayali perfume, which is, I think, under the Huda Beauty brand. It is certainly owned by Huda as well, but I don't know what their business relationship is exactly. In any case, I would love to try this. It looks lovely. I like the range of formulas that Huda seems to be incorporate into her palettes recently. There are interesting things going on here. I would actually like to try that eye gloss shade. You know, the one that people were calling the Petri dish shade when the first one came out a couple years ago. I've always thought that one looks interesting, and there's one in that formula in this palette as well. It looks really pretty. I want to get this on my eyes, like yesterday. And then this one might come a little bit out of left field, but this is the Too Faced That's My Jam mini palettes. I have never tried Too Faced's eyeshadows. I have either admired or scoffed at a variety of their palettes over the years, and I've just never tried any. And if I did have $1,000, that's something I would like to rectify. I chose this one because it's a little bit, I chose this palette because it's a little bit different for Too Faced. I don't tend to love bronze eyeshadow, and a lot of their palettes seem to be very bronze heavy, or they tend to have quite a bit of like orange and red. Not wild about oranges and reds either, but I do love like purples and pinks, and I can put up with orange if it's more peach leaning. And that's what this palette has to offer. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. I think this would be fun to play with. The price point is right. I don't want to necessarily spend, you know, $50 to try a Too Faced palette. I would much rather go in at the $27 price point to try fewer shades, get an idea of the formula, get an idea of the performance, and then I could make a more informed decision going forward if there was a different Too Faced palette that appealed to me. Then I decided to go for 2 Pat McGrath palettes, though not the expensive ones. I was going to keep to the Quartz and then the mini palette that recently came out. I have a 5-pan from Pat McGrath that I got on sale from her website for like $15, I think. And this, I think, is a similar idea. This is a $29 palette. It has 6 shades, and it has purples as well as some slightly warm-toned neutrals. Sounds interesting, looks pretty. The packaging on this looks significantly better than the mini palette I have. The packaging on that one is it's not super flimsy. It does a good job of protecting the shadows, but it feels really cheap. This looks a little bit nicer, and I think that I would love to try some purple from Pat McGrath. I love purple eyeshadow. I love near white eyeshadows too. This has one of those. I think I'd quite likely really enjoy this, and at $29, try Pat McGrath palette. Sure, I'm in. The other eyeshadow palette that I wanted to try from Pat McGrath is a cool-toned neutral quad with a pop of blue. This is the Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette in Interstellar Icon. This is expensive for what it is. It's $58. Even in this hypothetical scenario, I don't know if I could really bring myself to spend $58 on 4 shades, but I would like to try these. I think that these palettes have the special shades in them. I could be wrong. I would like to try the special shades, and even if these aren't special shades, these cool tone neutrals are the kinds of colors I wear quite often. I think I'd get a lot of use out of this. And it's beautiful. That's, of course, definitely part of this. So for eyeshadow, the individual products tend to be pretty expensive. So even though I only got, 5 eye palettes, it's coming to $55, $122, $151, $209, and $236. So about a quarter of my budget is going towards eyeshadow, which is kind of a lot, but it's probably less than is going towards lip products, and we'll find that out in just a couple of minutes. I didn't even think to count up how many lip products I pulled. It's 11. Let's get into it. So I think we're just gonna go in alphabetical order because that's how the image is saved on my computer, and I don't want to dig through things. I think that should be by brand name too, because I think I named all of these files with the brand name. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. We're getting into lip products, and that's the last category. So the first lip product is the Dior Addict Lip Glow. These are those like color changing lip balms that they have. I am very intrigued. Dior has very helpfully, or at least Sephora has very helpfully, just named the shade that I picked color 8. It looks to be kind of a pink shade. That's not that surprising. I think almost all of these basically turn into a pink, like most pH color changing lip products do. But I have heard such good things about this over the years. I don't think that I would ever spend $35 on a lightly tinted lip balm, but in this scenario where I have $1,000 to burn, maybe. The next lip product is from Fenty Beauty. I have one of the Gloss Bomb creams in Fenty Glow, so the original shade. And I really like it. I think the formula is really nice. It's comfortable. It has like enough stick where it lasts a little while, but it's not so sticky that it feels gross on the lips. You don't get stringy bits. It's a really nice formula. I enjoy it, and I was interested in trying another color, so I decided on Mauve Wives. This is, as you would guess, a mauve shade. I think it would be really flattering. I think it'd be great for every day, and I would probably purchase this in real life too. I would probably wait for a sale, but I would be interested in getting another one of these once I finish my original. And then again from Fenty, I wanted to try a couple of the other formulas of the Gloss Bomb. So they have this mini set, the Mini OG Heat Mini Gloss Bomb and Gloss Bomb Heat Duo. I feel like Sephora might have slaughtered the name when they were putting it in their system, but anyway, it's a mini that has an original Gloss Bomb and then one of the Gloss Bomb Heats. I don't know which of these formulas I would prefer, so for $24 to try both, and then like with the Too Faced, be able to make an informed decision going forward. I think that seems like a good plan to me, and you know, get 2 mini lipsticks to try. That's always fun. Oh, this one. This is a splurge, and I am talking myself out of this in real life because this is gorgeous. This is from Gucci. It's a $45 lipstick, which is ridiculous. I know that. But this is their Glow and Care Shine Lipstick they met in Argentina. Look at the packaging on this. Isn't this gorgeous? My conspiracy theory, it's probably not really a conspiracy theory, but I think that they are probably going to bring out a duo for the holidays with this and one of their perfumes. And if they do that, and I can catch it on sale, I would be really interested in that. I want to try their Gorgeous Gardenia perfume anyway. We actually talked about that a little bit earlier in this video. And this lipstick looks stunning. I've heard such good things about the Gucci lip products. I have not coughed up the $40-ish to try any of them, but I'm tempted. And if I could get a little bit of a deal on both the perfume and the lipstick to get them in a duo, I think that would be enough to convince me. Because it's so pretty. I just want the packaging. I mean, I want the lipstick too, because that sounds good as well, but 90% of why I want this is the packaging. And I know that about myself. I've accepted that. Now it's time to move past it. And I guess I'll do that by just clicking to the next image. And this is from Laneige. This is a little bit more of a reasonable purchase for me, I think. It is their Lip Glowy Balm. I've been interested in trying these as well. This one's in the purple shade, which is Gummy Bear. I don't think these are really tinted in any meaningful way. I think it's more of a scent, maybe a flavor thing. But this is a really pretty color of purple though. That doesn't hurt, and I'm guessing, I mean, I love sweet things. Gummy Bear would probably appeal to me as well. And I'm interested in trying these lip glowy balms. I remember Jessica Braun talking about them like years ago. She might not even have been Jessica Braun at that point. She might have still been Jam Beauty 89 Jessica Murphy, I think. But anyway, really interested in trying these. Never have. And I'm not quite sure why. $17 is definitely an expensive lip product, but compared to much of what's at Sephora, I mean, we were looking at a $45 lip product 45 seconds ago. So, yeah, I'd spend $17 of my budget on this. That'd be money well spent, I think. Ooh, next up we have the Nars Afterglow Lip Balm in Orgasm. Now, I actually thought I owned this originally. For my birthday, I purchased one in Dolce Vita for myself, thinking that I already had the one in Orgasm at home from a Sephora kit. I didn't. I had another of Dolce Vita at home. It's fine. I love Dolce Vita. It's beautiful. I've used up about a quarter of one of the ones that I purchased. I have no doubt that I will get through both of them eventually. But I would like to get Orgasm too. So at $28, I mean, I've spent $28 on Dolce Vita and didn't regret it. So I would like to get Orgasm. It's not going to happen like tomorrow, but I think that this is another purchase that I will likely end up making. I really do like these Afterglow lip balms. I don't think they're great lip balms. Like, let's put that out there. But I think that they are very pretty, slightly moisturizing, lightly tinted lipsticks. And I appreciate them for that purpose. I love tinted lip balm. Let's talk about that, because the next item that I have is another tinted lip balm from Nars. This I think is interesting because it's their soft matte tinted lip balm. And I can't quite picture how a tinted lip balm that is matte would work. I mean, I feel like we probably, most of us at least, associate a tinted lip balm with something that is pretty shiny. This seems interesting. It's $28, so the same price as the Afterglow lip balms, and I would be getting mine in the shade Unrestricted, which looks to be a slightly peachy nude, maybe more of a rosewood nude. It looks pretty. I'm very interested to try these. I have no frame of reference for how that would even feel. It'd be really interesting. Let's just keep saying that because I don't know what else to say about it. So, next lip product. We've got to be getting close to the end of these, don't we? How many more do I have? 4. Oops. 4 more lip products. The first one is from Mcgrath, and this is their Richerton Satin Allure lipstick in Infatuation, which is a pink. Love pink lipstick. The Mcgrath lipsticks that I've tried are all from the Matte Trance line, and they are super bold, super pigmented. They're actually kind of annoyingly pigmented. I wonder if these Satin Allure lipsticks would have a similar level of pigment, or, dialed down 10%. That would be fine too, but maybe be a little bit less long wearing. I think one of the things that gets me with the matte ones is that you apply it, and even if you're really careful for those first couple of hours, it can still really transfer a few hours later, and I really don't like that. I would hope that these Satin Allure would be a little bit softer. Overall, I think that would make them more wearable too, a little bit less of a bold statement, and I like the blue. I really like the blue packaging. I like Richerton, the book series. I've not actually seen the show, but gotta say the Richerton label is like a small draw for me. The pretty blue packaging is a bigger draw, and then the pink lipstick itself looks really pretty. That kind of sealed the deal for me. 3 more lip products. We are getting to the end here, people. Finally. This next product is from Rare Beauty, and this is the Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balm in Nearly Rose. Love a tinted lip balm, as we've talked about. Interested in these liquid lip balms or glossy lip balms. I have one from Rowan that I really like. I'm interested in trying this one as well. I think I've heard good things about this line. I can't remember. I feel like I'm confusing these Rare Beauty ones with the Bare Minerals glossy balms, as well as the Huda Beauty one, which actually have tried that one and really like as well. Anyway, the shade on this looks really pretty. It looks to be more of a reddish color than I usually associate with rose. Usually I tend to think of rose as being sort of in between pink and red, and this seems to be a little bit more on the reddish side, but it looks pretty. It looks very, very pretty. From Too Faced, I was interested in trying these 2 Femme Heartcore lipsticks. The Heartcore line is a cute name. I've got to give that to them. The packaging on these looks adorable. It is a little pink heart. And I've heard good things about Too Faced's lipsticks in the past. They had those Lady Bold lipsticks that I really haven't heard much good or bad about over the past couple of years. But they keep coming out with more. So I would guess that they're selling at least pretty well. They're old school lipsticks, which I cannot remember the name of them. Not the melted ones, but their actual bullet lipsticks also tended to get really good reviews. So I would be interested in trying these two Femme ones. The one that I picked is in the shade Never Grow Up, which looks to be like my everyday nudie pink color. I would probably get a lot of use out of it. It looks really cute. It's $23. More than I would probably spend in real life on a standard lipstick, but I mean, unless it was from a really expensive brand and then it came down to $23. I can't say that's a reasonable way of looking at things because I'm still spending $23 on a lipstick, but it feels different. It feels like I'd be getting a deal if I got like a Dior lipstick for $23. Getting a Too Faced one for the same price doesn't feel like such a steal. And then, anyway, the last lip product and the last product in this entire video is from Tower 28, and this is their Shine On Jelly Lip Gloss. I picked mine in the color Pistachio. This is another thing where I've just heard so many good things about these for years at this point. I've never tried them. This is my chance to rectify it. As far as Sephora lip glosses go, these are $15. People seem to go through them pretty quickly, and I'm not sure if that's testament to how good they are, that people are just reaching for them all the time, or if these actually do go really quickly. Maybe there's a little bit less in these than a standard gloss. Maybe it's just easy to apply a lot of them. I don't know, but I'm interested to try them. So this was my chance for $15. I would do that. So let me really quick add up the cost of these 11 lip products. Ridiculous, I know. So 15, 8, 38, 56, 84, 112, 140, 157, 202, $45, ridiculous. 226, 247, 282, and please let that be it. Yes. All right, $282 on lip products. You know, a quarter of my budget on lip products is ridiculous, but that is probably about how much I like my lip products compared to most of the other products. Like, from a how much joy do these products bring me, I think that spending more than a quarter of my budget on lip products probably makes sense. Oh well. Anyway, that is what I would be getting if I had $1,000 to spend at Sephora today on myself. I really enjoy doing this tag. I will probably do it again next year if I am still on YouTube, still making videos. And I would be really interested to hear what you would get if you had $1,000 at Sephora. What would be like the first 3 things in your cart? I mean, you can also tell me what you'd be getting if you were to spend the full $1,000, but I know that takes a long time to figure out. I spent way too long doing this shopping. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. You might like it around here. And I hope that I will see all of you in my next video. Bye!